Good afternoon, dear students. You are most welcome in your YouTube channel Learning with Rajesh. In 10th class Political Science, we have started lesson number 1 named as Power Sharing. This is the last video of lesson number 1 Power Sharing. Today, in this video, we are going to learn about the methods of power sharing as given in NCERT book lesson number 1. And now the first point of today is, so what were the thinking of ancient people about power sharing? So thinking of ancient people about power sharing was power should be in one hand, no power sharing. Power sharing should be or power should be in one hand. Why? It will help in decision making. They thought that it will help in decision making because if the power is distributed among the different people, it will take more and more time in taking of decision. So or it means there will be delay in decision. So that's why the ancient people think that power should be in one hand. It is most important question of the lesson for 3 marks, and I think you got the point. And the next major point of the lesson is methods of or forms of power sharing in democracy. There are different methods of power sharing in democracy, but 4 major methods are there. We are going to read 4 of them. So first point or first form of power sharing is sharing of power among the different organs of the government. So this is the first one method. We can share the power among the different organs of the government. So you know that in 9th class you learned about the different organs of the government. You know that there are 3 organs of the government: first parliament, second executive, and third is judiciary. So sharing of power among these organs is also known as horizontal power sharing. You know that this row makes a horizontal line: parliament, executive, and judiciary. So you know that this kind of power sharing is known as horizontal power sharing. I think you got the point. And the next is, this is also known as checks and balance system. Horizontal power sharing is also known as checks and balance system. Why? Because one organ of the government can check the power of another government. You know that our judiciary controls the parliament or can overview or review the law made by parliament. So you know that parliament also control the executive. So that's why we can say that this system is also known as checks and balance, because one organ of the government checks another power, and if excess power is found, balance it. So that's why this system is known as checks and balance. I think you got the point. And the next form of power sharing is sharing of power among the levels of the government. I think you know very well there are 3 major level of government in India. First one is central government, state government, and the local government. You know that this row makes the what type of line? Vertical line. Vertical line means above is the central government, and below there is state government, and below there is a local government. You know that these lines look like a vertical, so that's why this type of power sharing is known as vertical power sharing. This type of power sharing also known as federal division of power, because you know that the central government, or I mean the federal government, shares its power with central government and with local government. So we shall learn it thoroughly in the lesson number 2 named as federalism. So this system is also known as federal division of power. Now there is question for you: sharing of power among the different levels of government. So what type of power sharing this is known as? You can say that different levels of government sharing of power among the different level of government is known as vertical power sharing, and we can also say it federal division of power. And the next point, by making different level of government, so we can share power by making different level of government. In example you learnt in Belgium, so we can make a different level of government like Belgium, like community government, so to satisfy the different community people in the country. So this is the another method of power sharing. And the next major method of power sharing is in political and social or pressure groups. Sharing the power in political groups or social groups. You know that in political groups there are political parties. In India, you know that there are different political parties such as BJP, JJP, Inalo. You know that to share power among the party is the another method. And the next is among the social groups. You know that social groups named as SC, ST, Sinhalas, Tamils, Dutch, French, whatever there is in country. So different social groups. So I think you got all the points of today's video. I am going to revise it again. So first point we learned that what were the thinking of ancient people about the power sharing, and the next we learned about the different forms of power sharing. There are four major forms of power sharing. First is horizontal power sharing, next one is vertical power sharing, making of different level of government or sharing of power between the political party or social groups. You know that I think you got all the points of today. If you liked today's content or today's video, please subscribe and like the channel and share it also. If you want to uh, show or see the video or the previous videos related to this topic, you can go in description and you can watch the videos. I have given the link for the previous videos. Thank you and have a nice day.